Well, hello everyone. It is Sunday and I'm on a call out. I'm in Leamington Spa, in I guess like an Airbnb apartment flat. We're gonna say so. There is somebody staying there. You can see some shoes on the floor. So I'm here and they've gone out now. You can see a bit of water in the bath. So what's happened is this bath has leaked into the apartment below. And they've notified the people that they've leasing this apartment flat off. And well, I said it again. It's because of this duo here. Now, because these twist, what happens is they leak over time because there's movement in them. There's a mechanism under there. I've had them leak there before, but 9 times out of 10 they leak from this overflow bit. And basically, the second issue I have is over time there's a screw that's inside that little hole there. It's actually, I've got to force it around there because obviously over time it's moved so much, so it's up here. So I've got to really force it round and try and drive my screwdriver in. It's a flathead screwdriver in it. I've basically given up. It's completely rusted in. So what I've got to do now is I've got to get my saw off the van and I've got to try and cut this off delicately without destroying the bath. I've got no room underneath because of the box in here to get round. So it's not like I can get anything round there and snap it. So it's all got to be done from above. Oh, that's why we love plumbing. Well, I couldn't do nothing about it. I've had to get my saw in there whilst holding my grips on that piece, basically trying to pull it away as far as possible. I did try and bend the blade so it bent round, but you can see I've caught the bath, which doesn't look great. I have got a bath rubber, which hopefully I can try and at least try and get rid of that blue. But it couldn't be helped because, you can see, there's that screw that's in there. And that, unfortunately, is completely, over time, rusted. I've rounded it off, look, where I've tried to unscrew it. And it wouldn't break there, so we've cut through it with my saw. But it's all loose now. I have got a replacement bit somewhere. But let's get this back together because I want to go home. Right, so we've got the new bath waste in there, which luckily was on my van. I've had it on my van for a while in this carrier bag. Just kind of, I got a bag full of it, which as I've cleaned up here, you can see the mark here where I've caught the bath, but it's not as bad as it was. Let me know what everybody else thinks in the comments. A great little thing for getting marks off sanitary ware and off baths is these are called sanitary rubbers, and all you do is you kind of just put it on and you just rub like you would if you're rubbing pencil off paper. So get one of these if you've got a mark on any sanitary wear, that it does get them off. Like I say, it's brought it up a lot better. Whether we're going to see that once I put the new plug and chain on, we will see. But yeah, fingers crossed. Let's keep going. Well, there we go, guys and girls. So we've gone for a normal plug and chain version. So it's all done now. I'm filling up the bath to make sure. I've already checked it once, but best to check multiple times. So I always recommend a plug and chain or a clickety-clack, which is kind of, your push button waste over what was in before, i.e. this, where you kind of, you are manually turning this. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, I'll silicone them and things like that, but it still doesn't work because over time you can see the wiring mechanism within there was leaking. So it was leaking within the little box, which is underneath here. I can't get it undone one-handed, but that lifts up the plug. So it was that was leaking on this version, not the waste, although the overflow was loose. Right, guys, so we are done. I'd like to think that you wouldn't know I'd been here. So we've got a new plug and chain, but apart from that, you can't really see. And really, I mean, unless you get really, really close, you can see the marks where I've caught the bath around the overflow, but you can't see it unless you get really close. I've managed to rub it all out, and obviously with where the overflow, the new overflow is going around that. I know there's a drip on that tap. I may tell them that it needs doing, but anyway, so it's all been made in with Obi-Wan silicone adhesive sealant. So once that goes off, that I know for 100% I'm going to be okay. I may try and request, if it doesn't get used tomorrow, until tomorrow. I know somebody is stopping here, but we'll see. I may see if I can request that, but I'm all ready to go. Sunday evening, because it is dark now outside, are done. So see you on the next one. See you on Monday. Right, so we're 48 hours on from this job, and I literally woke up in the morning to these pictures that were sent from the person that was living below, the apartment below, to the landlord, and they sent me those. So straight away I was thinking, crap, oh my God, what have I done? Have I not tightened something, etc.? So here I am straight back to this job, 48 hours on, to the same bath, basically thinking what's going on. So it's not very often that we do get called back to jobs, but please bear with this one, because you will not believe the end. So straight away I thought to myself, oh my God, have I not tightened something up? What's going on? Is it something to do with me? But obviously over the previous videos you saw that I did run water out of the bath, so it must be something that's coming above and around. So what I've done on this video, I've actually removed my voice from this video, and so I'm able to talk over and to kind of go over. So this is a video that I'm actually making for the owner. So I'm putting to white staining on the joist there, which is, so before, I didn't get it on this video, on the previous videos, but that was absolutely sodden. But you can see where that's what happens when water dries. It turns into like a white stain. So I ran water around the shower screen, or bath screen, sorry, and you can see that there's bait where you can't really see because the lighting's terrible, but you can see on the wood in the corner there, and on the floor where you just caught the glistening of it, and in the corner, and I'm about to lie my big fat body down, there is also water in the corner right there, look. So we've got two other leaks, which is very, very unusual. So coming from the corner of that bath, and from the bath screen. So again, I've removed my voice, but I'm making this video. I'm kind of telling the owners now, look, we must have another leak. It must be, whether the guy's having a bath, using lots of water, movement, shower, don't know at the minute, because I'm a bit kind of confused at this point. So what I've advised is that we're going to reseal the bath around the screen, to hopefully that's it. Okay, right, so I filled up the bath. There doesn't seem to be so much movement. It does drop at the back, as you can see, because there's the gap that has opened up there, which probably explains why we've got water down the back edge. I mean, it doesn't look like it's been fitted bad. I mean, there's a piece of wood underneath which should be holding the weight up, but I guess over time things do move. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave the water in the bath, and while and then I'm going to silicone it all up. I've got to leave the window open so it has chance to dry. I don't know what time this tenant gets back. Hopefully it can dry in time. Yeah, and we'll see. All right. Right, okay then, guys. So we're all done. It doesn't look pretty, or the prettiest, I guess, but I've basically put it on really, really thick, especially on the back here, to just make sure I've almost smeared it on to make sure that we've got a watertight seal everywhere. Okay, it's on the outside and everywhere. I've checked, and so far without me putting too much water on it, it's okay. So fingers crossed that's it. I guess we'll only know tomorrow. Otherwise, if this doesn't work, then unfortunately we're going to need new bath screen, because you can see where it's leaking out the seals there, and yeah, potentially we need to look at maybe taking the bath out and reinstalling it. Maybe it's coming through somewhere that we don't. It's just to basically start again and do it properly the way I would do it. All right, okay. Well, good morning, guys and girls. So you may remember this job from last week, where I came and I changed the bath waste overflow. Basically, I got called out again saying, Ben, the flat below is still saying that there's water coming through. So I thought, gosh, Rob, maybe there's another leak. You know, I obviously just saw, chances of us always having 2 leaks is, you know, but I guess we should always check. It's lesson learned for me. Took the bath panel off again, sprayed water, and it was basically pouring out the bath screen and out the corner of the bath down there. Took a video, sent it to the owners, and the only thing that we could try, because it was already quite a thick bead of silicone, was to basically put a big thick bead all the way around. I mean, it was coming through the back here as well. Doesn't look pretty, I know, but again, we were trying to secure a leak. So anyway, ended up leaving the bath full of water to weigh it down so the silicone could go off. Told the person here, please don't use it till the next morning. Anyway, I got a phone call again the next morning saying, Ben, there's still water coming through. The person just rung me from down below and they sent me some pictures of the damage. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like, what's going on? You know, am I that crap? You know, what's going on? I'm thinking, the bath's going to have to come out. We're going to have to, you know, it's maybe still pouring in down the sides. So they were like, well, don't worry. We're going in to clean, because the person in, like I say, this apartment was leaving, because it's like I said, again, it's like a holiday let place. And they were going to come in to clean. So I guess their idea was that with them crawling around and whatever, maybe they'll find something that they couldn't find or whatever. Right, so finally, I am getting there, guys, I promise. So it's an Airbnb here, not holiday lets. The person left here, they obviously came in, cleaned up, and said, Ben, we think we found the leak. So I was working on the Saturday anyway. I came in, isolated the water, because we have indeed found it. And there's an ensuite. I guess, does that go? I mean, it goes to show I don't go around snooping and things like that. That's not what I do and what a lot of good plumbers do. But anyway, I'm sure you can hear that. The floor is absolutely sodden. The toilet is empty because we've drained the water. But you can see it's been pouring out the bottom there. What are the chances? 3 different leaks in the same property. So again, I can't stress how highly unusual this is, that there's all these different leaks from this property. So we had the bath waste. I didn't take any pictures and videos of that, and it, you know, I took the staining on the joist where we could see it was leaking. But you know, the people trust me here. You know, but I have had to take further videos of it leaking down by the bath and the bathroom, which I will upload when I kind of put all this story together. And again, now we've got this toilet. Just so weird. So anyway, I'm here this morning. We're going to change all the grubbing. So we're going to change this isolator. Oh, there is water there. So I hate metal on plastic. Try and avoid it whenever I can. So we're going to change all the grubbings inside the toilet. So new fill valve, which will have a metal shank. But there is a hell of a lot of, you know, water staining around the cistern. So yeah, when we were here on Saturday, like I say, it was all of it was wet. It was all wet around here. It all felt damp, and obviously we've got the squelching of the floor. There was even really water coming out the joist when I was kind of pressing it. You can see the bit of damage that's done there, where you can put your finger through. So we are going to take the cistern off. We're going to change all the internals, and fingers crossed I'm not going to be back. I mean, even when I was here on the Saturday, I stood in the shower. I was spraying out the corners here because, you know, the owners of these HMOs, Airbnbs can't afford, you know, me to keep coming back and you know, all these problems. I mean, hopefully that's all going to dry out and there's not going to be any damage there, but it's already kind of, how long has this been leaking for? How long has it been going on for? Yeah, so this is the 2-bedroom version. I think they do a 1-bedroom. I think there's a studio flat. I think I've been to that one before. But anyway, they're 2 bedrooms. There's bigger ones. It is right near the centre of Leamington. If you go kind of that way, you're on the main parade. But yeah, there's a hell of a lot of different ones. So I look after all these old Worcester boilers that keep failing. We have just changed this one last summer. That's a Wiesmann that went in there. I've worked in this property here, fit a new boiler. Like I said, that's a 2-bedroom. But yeah, parking. So yeah, anybody that wants any information, I will tag in the owners if they are okay with that. I'm sure they will be. But yeah, let's crack on with this toilet because I've got a lot to do today. Right, so enough talking now. I really need to fly through this. So it's now 8 o'clock. I did get here at 7:30 this morning, so didn't way too much chatting, but got everything I need to do this job. So first thing, it was silicone to the wall. I've had to use my, they call it a garrote, don't they? In the Hitman games, I'm sure they did. So it's for strangling your whatever, but it's a wire to get basically cut through the silicone on the back. Because I know people on my last video were moaning, going, just use some wire. Instead of using my rip saw for speed. So anyway, that's loose now. We've got the water connection loose, so let's get this off and get this job done. Okay, well, we are done. The new Viva toilet parts are in. We just need to turn the water on, so fingers crossed we're going to be okay. So let's just do that now. There we go, it's filling up. Obviously, I'm going to have to test this and make sure a multitude of times. I've already had the owners ring me up saying, you know, what do you think? You know, do you think that'll cure it? I mean, there was water above here. Are you coming from the cistern? If there's anything below that boxing, I don't know. Okay then, so while I'm just testing everything, I'll go through kind of everything that I've kind of done and what I'm using. So I've siliconed it back to the wall. I know, laziness guys, but it was kind of already kind of done, and yeah, I'm rushing here really. So you can see I've siliconed the toilet down as well. So I'll use OB1 construction silicone adhesive. That's my go-to. I know people use CT1, there's Stixel, there's loads of different brands, but that's my brand that I use. Another thing here, so we've changed this swivel isolator, as you can see here. Now these are kind of one of the most random things that just start leaking. They kind of leak out the body. Before the swivel here, so the swivel's at the top, so they kind of just start leaking from there randomly. I've got loads of these on my van because I just kind of bought a bag because I just had a load of them leaking at one point. So we've replaced that. So there's not really much else to talk about. So I've got a bin bag with all my bits in. I will obviously clean up out the shower tray. I've got my ultra grind wipes, which I kind of wipe everything out around, give that another flush while we're here. But this is the Viva pack that I've kind of got, so you can get them singly or because I knew I've got loads of these on my van, different ones, so singles and whatever. When I say singles, that, you know, these bits separately, but this is a pack, so it sells the siphon and the fill valve together, and you also get some bolts. I was going to put a new closure plate on, but that McAlpine closure plate, it's for the smaller size, annoyingly, and we've got the 2-inch gap for this. But again, I've tested this multiple times now. Haven't heard anybody screaming from downstairs, but I'm not sure if downstairs is empty as well. But I think the cleaners are going in there in a bit, so the report will obviously come back. But yeah, so let's clean up and get off. Okay, so I've just put that panel back on to cover up the water meter, and I was just kind of wondering how I'm going to conclude this video. Because I usually say, see you on the next one. That's my little thing that I say on the end of all my videos. But it's my third time here on this job. I know if you've been following my stories on my social media, the first time was obviously to change the bath waste, etc. But I didn't do the silicone and whatever because that was mainly more addressed to the landlord or owner. I may kind of talk over that, or I may leave them unedited as I put the things, put the videos all together. But this, what we've done in here, so I've replaced kind of everything that kind of in my experience of doing this job for 30 years could leak. So new isolation valve, brass thread on that fill valve, new proper quality fill toilet stuff inside. It's all been siliconed in, fixed, secured. So see you on the next one.